Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free night, and the beer we're going for tonight is from Nirvana. It's a new one to me. This is one. It is the Nirvana Best, and Best is an amber ale weighing in at 0.5% ABV. And I've tried a fair few of Nirvana's beers, but not this one. The tasting notes on this say it is nutty and satisfying, spicy and floral with a complex finish. Proudly no alcohol. This amber ale is our delicious alcohol-free answer to a traditional, quintessentially British ale. Notes of biscuit, maple syrup and toasted nuts balanced against earthy, floral and spice notes from the English hops. The result is a complex yet refreshing bitterness with subtle caramel undertones, a homegrown classic. Now that sounds right up my alley. Anyone who's watched this channel for any length of time knows I was born and raised on beers of this kind of style, you know, the twiggy brown beers. And finding them in alcohol-free land is much like finding Lord Lucan, or good ones anyway. There are a couple of absolutely atrocious attempts out there that I could not pass my lips more than once, and I'm hoping this doesn't belong in that same club. I'm hoping this sits in an exclusive club of good alcohol-free traditional amber ales. Let's find out, shall we? So we're going to get it out into a glass, and we're going to pour it into my Lemmy glass because we can. It's that style of beer. It deserves a mug, and we're going to pour like so. So the colour is nice. It's a nice amber colour. It's pouring with a little bit of conviction, which is always nice. Let's encourage a little head on it. There we go. That, ladies and gents, boys and girls, is your beer in a glass. It is amber in colour. It's slightly twiggy brown. You've got a slightly off-white head that is relatively tight and compact, and a few too many bubbles on the side of the glass for my liking. My fault that, not the beer. So yeah, that is your beer in a glass. It looks good. Let's have a whiff. Smells slightly fruity. It's cold out, so my nose is it's not smelling it at its best. Slightly fruity, a little sweet, like jammy fruits. It doesn't smell stereotypical. It doesn't have that twigginess, that earthiness, but it smells all right. Fruity, sweet. I say jammy almost. On an amber beer, I tend to get kind of dark fruits, raisins, sultanas, Christmas cakey vibes. This is more donutty. That kind of sweetness, that raspberry-like. It's odd. It's unusual, but it's all right. It smells good. So it looks good. Smells all right. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. I am pleased to say it does not belong in that unwanted club membership list. The body is great. It's slightly more than medium. Not much more, but slightly more. Carbonation is smooth. It's velvet-like. Yep, it's good all round on the body, and mouthfeel. Really good, actually. And the flavour's good too. Let me go back to what they say on the bottle. They say nutty and satisfying, spicy and floral. The one thing I will definitely agree with is the subtle caramel undertone. They are there, absolutely. That malt is kind of almost verging on too sweet, but not quite. It is that silky, soft caramel toffee like vibe. And they talk about the maple syrup. I get where they're going with that. Biscuit and toasted nuts. Biscuit, I get. Earthy, floral, and spicy notes from the English hops. Yes, I see where you're going. You'll see it's going down quite quickly, and that's a good sign. I'm enjoying it. It is warming. It is comforting. It is that kind of drink that you would sit and enjoy on a cold January day, like it is. You know, we had the first snow of the year last night, and it's cold, and this is the kind of beer I'd want to sit and drink by a fire. Food pairings, I've not done those before, I don't think, but I would go absolutely with cheese and biscuits and pork pie and that kind of stuff. All sorts of things that would go wonderful by a nice roaring fire. But the beer itself is great. Mmm, I'm enjoying that a bit too much. I want to have some left to photograph and whatnot in a minute. But anyway, scoreboard of joy time is currently empty. And before I put my thoughts onto whiteboard, I just want to say I did kind of go in with a bit of a preconception on this beer. I say I've tried quite a few Nirvana beers. I have. And most of them were not to my liking. But I've read a lot of reviews on that there beer, and everyone was saying it was great. So I was unsure, basically, is where I was going with this one. And beers of a similar nature in the alcohol-free land, I have really detested, and yet other people found it absolutely fantastic. So I really didn't know what to expect, and I have been pleasantly surprised. So yeah, there we go. Scoreboard of joy time. Let's fill it in. Visually, it's a good-looking beer. It's a good colour. It has nice clarity. It looks like a good amber ale should. It has, on the initial pour, a decent head on it. And I am sure that this, in the correctly prepared glassware, would be absolutely fantastic. Look at that head. Look closer. Look at Lemmy and his pottery kiln goodness. And that head is much better on the second pour, actually. It looks great. There is no reason to give it anything less than a full point on that front. The aroma is always the first clue where something could be going wrong, and thankfully in this case it's not bad. It's light and fruity and on the sweeter end of the spectrum, and on, again, beers of a similar nature in the alcohol-free land, immediately you know something is wrong, but that was not the case here. It smells slightly sweet, slightly fruity, slightly inviting, makes me want to try a little bit more. There is a hint of the malt, and where they say earthy and spicy, I get where they're going there. I would prefer more twig, but I have to be realistic. I don't expect twig as much as I want it. Anyway, the aroma is good. It's not great, but that's not the most important part of the beer. It makes me want to go for some more investigation in the tasting department. So it's good. I'm going to give it the 0.7. The body, fantastic. Slightly more than medium weight. Overall excellent mouthfeel. Carbonation is smooth and velvet-like. Cannot ask for more. It is spot on. So that's getting the full point. And the flavour. The flavour is the single most important part of any beer. And this one works. It has just enough bitterness. I would like more. I'm going to be honest. I always will. I would like more, but it's about right. The level of bitterness supports the flavour behind it. And it is malty more than it is hoppy. It's ever so slightly, we're talking just a suggestion of twig, with that nice biscuity caramelly malt that sits behind it. Oh, there is talk of that floral. I'm not getting the floral quite as much as perhaps the brewers do. That could be batch variation. It could just be my particular palate is not kind of keying in on it. But that said, I absolutely love the taste. It's inviting, it's comforting, it's warming. It's got all the hallmarks of an amber ale, and I'm going to give it the full point. I absolutely am. And the same for the finish on an amber beer, or indeed a ruby beer, or any beer of a similar nature. I want it to be twiggy. I want it to be warming, comforting, slightly hoppy would be nice. But on the whole, this one is great. It's malty. It's a good malt to it. There's some caramels and biscuits coming through with good measure. There is that hint of twig. I like that. But it remains. It's persistent in the mouth. And that I like. It's not fading away quickly. It's not kind of just going, oh, blah, 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 there's a little bit of something and bang, it's gone. No, it's persisting well. And I cannot find fault in the back end. So I'm going to give it a full point, which means it's got 4.7 out of 5 from me today, which is great score. Absolutely great score. I did not expect it to be as good as this. I'm going to be honest. Like I said at the beginning, a little bit of a preconception as how it was going to go. Completely the opposite direction, which is always a welcome thing. So bonus point time. It can't have the full bonus because it didn't get a full 5 out of 5. Would I buy it again? That for me is a good selling point. A good tell. It's a good beer. It's a very good beer. It's got good flavour. It's got great body. It sits relatively lonely in the section of alcohol-free beers that are amber in style and taste good. There's that. I know it's not quite the same, but the Sam Smith's Brown Ale, those are the two that sit there. So yeah, exclusive club on that front. So yes, I absolutely will buy that one again, and I think I will hit up Nirvana and buy it by the caseload. That's how good it is. Value for money. I forget what I paid for it. Because I can't find my pick sheet from the House of Trembling Madness where I purchased it from, but it was not a lot of money. They never are, so I'm going to give it the value for money. And so it's got 4.7 out of 5 and 2 bonuses for good measure. So that is me happy on this here Friday afternoon. Absolutely happy with this one. I was hoping it was going to be good. Didn't expect it to be as good as it is. So yeah, thank you to all the boys and girls at Nirvana for brewing an absolutely fantastic beer. If you like amber ales and you're struggling to find a good one in the alcohol-free world, then you absolutely need to give this one a try. You'll be glad you did. And I'm going to leave it there and say, that's been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.